Alright, this is the fourth lesson of the Learning Khmer series. Today's lesson will be broken up between the dialogue, that's what you see right here, and then we'll do a short grammar section, and then we'll do a little bit with the script. Just everyone have that practice. Alright, so the dialogue you see behind me is very simple, divided up between A and B. So let's first see what A is saying. And again, I have a new video program, so hopefully the IP will show up at the bottom or somewhere here. So here we go. Jumrip sua. Remember that right here has a little bit of vibration to it. So the R sound right here. Jumrip again is to inform, a very formal way to inform, and sua just means to ask something. To put together, it's a very formal way of saying hello. Very formal way of saying hello. Next, lo, which we've learned before. Let me type that. So you can actually see the words where they're broken up. Lo, right here is your is just a U, a formal U. If you remember from earlier lessons. Lo tia, right here is just is. Lo tia, jun tia a. All right. And so here we go. So lo, you, tia, is or to be. Jun tia, right here just means nationality. Nationality, and the very last part right here, A, similar to avoid, which is actually the same word, avoid. A is just a shortened. Before we learned avoid to mean what. A right here is the same thing. A just means what. So here, if you want to look at it in English, it says you is nationality what. So what nationality are you? So let me write that up there real quick. You is what? So what nationality are you? Alright, next moving on. And then B responds, Knyom. Be careful, Knyom. That the K there is actually an aspirated K. So you want Knyom. So I, right, from before. Knyom. Tia, the same as above. So it's to delete the to be verb. So instead of is here, we're going to put am. Jun tia, same as above. Nationality, Khmer. So Khmer. Khmer is just Khmer. The Khmer nationality, but it's referring to the actual the race or the language. It's the same word in Cambodian or Khmer. So right here, Khmer. Next, So in you. So right here, this is Kinyum Tia Jun Tia Khmer. So I am nationality Khmer. So I am Khmer nationality. To is just as we discussed before, is just a particle you put in front. The to right here, and bin. And this v is a VW sound. It's very difficult to pronounce when you're first starting. To bin. So to in the middle right here you have a pronoun. So he, she. You, many of the different levels of you in the honorific forms. Vin is just in you. So to lo vin. So the lo right here is the same here. So you in you. So I am Khmer in you. Knyung I. Tia am from above. Jun tia. Hey, Jun tia. Oh, whoops. Actually, I wrote the Jun twice. My apologies. Let me see here. Just a little space there. Sorry about that. Jinjiet. Alright, nationality. And then Barang. So right here is just France. So I am nationality France. Alright? And just sort of a cultural note, Barang, because right here, because France occupied Cambodia for such a long period of time, many Cambodians obviously they speak French. Also, many of them, when they see someone of a foreign nationality, no matter what they look like, no matter what the nationality may be, as long as they have sort of a Western appearance, a lot of times they're referred to as Barang, just sort of a translation for a foreigner. So sometimes it refers directly to the country itself, and sometimes it's just sort of an overall, very broad address for foreigners themselves. Next, lo. Remember, lo is a long vowel, so we're drawing it out here. Lo. Look, must be. So here we're dividing into two. So come. Be is from. And then prate is prate. We'll say this is it's considered country or state. Prate. And para. So country, France. France. Oh. And then ri right here. It's a very against the R here, so you have the vibration beginning. Ri just means yes or no. You put it at the end of yes or no questions. And so, hey, is your name John? Ri, and you can put that at the end. And so it just makes it a yes or no question. Something easier to learn in the grammar part. So you. So you come from country France. Ri, yes or no? Then do you come from French? Yes or no? Oh yes. So yes in Cambodia, if you remember, for males it's always bat right here. Bat. And if it's females, then we're going to say if you remember from before, actually ja, so which is written as give the IP right here. Ja. Alright. Next, moving on. Akun, Chumriplia. So thank you. And then Chumri, to inform right here. Same as the beginning. Chumri, Lia. Lia means to separate. So to inform and separate is just a very formal goodbye. And then Chumriplia, the same thing. Alright? So just a quick review here. Hello, very formal. Hello, very formal. What is your nationality? Oh, I am Khmer. And you? Oh, I am French. My nationality is French. And what country do you come from? Do you come from French? Or do you come from France? Yes or no? Yes, I do. Akun, thank you. Then goodbye. Alright. Again, I'm not a native speaker, so let's get some perfect pronunciation out here. Let's see if we can follow along. How about recording with me? So. Here it out. Hello. Ấy? What? What nationality? Vocabulary. There's a vocabulary section. Junjiet, nationality. Jia is or am. Prate, country right here. Mo, come from. Be, come from. Mok, be. Lo, right here. Khmer. Ru, yes or no. Alright. So everyone's clear. Next, so that's the end of the actual dialogue portion right here. Let's move on to the next section, grammar. Nope. Alright, let's take a quick look at the grammar section for this lesson 4. Just something sort of making up as I go. My apologies. Tia, which we learned from our past lesson here, is the to be verb. And of course in Khmer, as we mentioned earlier, there's no tenses. So this will be your, as to be goes, it'll be your is, your am, your are, your was, your will be. You'll see it a lot. You lose a lot. So let's see how to use it. All right. So when does it actually mean is or am? When can I use it? All right. So let's look at the sentence here. We'll say what we haven't learned. We learn it though. What? Yeah. Oh. All right. Quạt chiếc cru. Quạt chiếc cru. So he or she. Quạt is just a third person pronoun right here. Chia is your is or are, and guru is just a teacher, a teacher. All right. So he or she is teacher. Perfect, perfect there. All right, we can change up a little bit too. Nyom, which was before is just I. Yeah. All right, same thing. Apologies for blocking this up. So guru, I am teacher. All right, so you can see no matter what the pronoun is, your dia is going to stay the same, no matter what, if it means is or am or are or whatnot. There are no let's see, what's the word I'm looking for here. There are no tense changes, obviously. There are also no conjugations for the to be verb. Yes. All right. So there you go. So it's very simple. So be careful. Dia only means is and am for nouns. All right. Where you're saying something is something. He is a boy. I am a teacher. This is a rock. All right. So let's move on. What if I want to do adjectives? What am I trying to say in English? Well, a lot of times we use the to be verb is and are for adjectives. I am tall, or I am big. Well, in Khmer you can't do that. In Khmer the sentence. Yeah. Say this. So I am big. Well, this right here in Khmer does not exist. So the correct way to write this would be, what I do with my, would be like this. Would be the actual pronoun plus the adjective. All right. I am big. And if you want to add some more to that, very big, you can add nah. Nah. Alright? So I'm very big. I'm very big. But the adjectives will not take the is or am verb dia. Just so you know. Alright? And so the other one, the other grammar point I want to look at. And again, if you have any questions, you can write at the very bottom in the comment section. The one I want to look at right here is ru. Alright, which just means the yes or no. So using the same sentence we just made, we'll use a little bit different one. How about that? We'll go lo, which is just you, correct? Very formal you. Lok tia guru. Alright, so we have a good sentence here. Lok tia guru, you are teacher. Perfect, perfect sentence. Alright, but what if we're going to ask a question? Is he a teacher? Well, a very easy way to do this in Khmer is just to add the ru at the very end. So, lok tia guru, ru. Perfect. Alright, is he a teacher? Is he a teacher? And we can change that with many things. Is he an engineer? Is he a student? Is he da da da? But I think ru, the very simple of a dia sentence, will just make it a yes or no question. So a very simple grammar point, hope for everyone. Alright? Sounds good. Alright, next let's take a look at the actual script itself and do a quick introduction. Alright? Alright, hey, welcome to the script section. Sorry, I've already written some stuff over here, my apologies. When you learn a Cambodian script, if it's a consonant, you're going to need to learn 3 parts. Alright, today we're looking at ro, right here. You remember the consonants will either carry an innate a or sound, or a or sound. So ro, right here. So the r here carries the innate ro sound. Alright, it'll pronounce like a R, like an English R, but it's a little bit more, carries some vibration into it. There's a little Spanish accent into it. Today we learn ru. This top part right here is just u. So ru is ru, yes or no, right? And remember, we mentioned before, Cambodian vowels are very special. They can go at the top, they can go behind, below, in front, or they can be a combination of both. Some go before and after, some go top, below, some of them go 2, 3, 4. They can go in all different combinations, alright? And we'll talk about that later. Alright? Next, another example would just be ia and rien, which just means to learn something, So R at the initial part of a word, this constant at the initial part of a word is pronounced like a R. Just a ro, just a rien, ri, just the R sound. Alright? The next part, besides the initial, you also need to learn the subconsonant. And what happens in Khmer is that a lot of times consonants are pronounced together in particular words. For example, what we just saw, gru, gru, is actually G-R-U sound, correct? And so I think, well, let's see, how would I write that? What about and then this little part here is oo. Well, that's very special, but it's not correct. What happens when two consonants are pronounced together? In the vowel, the initial vowel, this is go, the o, it's not carried. Then what happens is that this has the R here, and every consonant has its own special subconsonant way of writing, alright? For R, it's very easy. Looks like this. So I'm going to add this to my G right here. My go. So I add it right here. Boom, boom, boom. So that's pronounced gru, gru. And then I'm going to add the. So gru, gru. Alright? And that's how it looks. So it's very special. I write that a little neater. Looks something like this when you write it. Alright? So gru, gru. Alright? And just so you know, each consonant has its own subconsonant way of writing. Alright, the next part you're going to learn is the final. R here, it's in the very final part of a word. For example, let's see what we learned. Today we learned Khmer, which is just Khmer. So, write that in here. Alright, there you go. Alright, so let me write that a little bit neater. Alright, so we have the actual word, so call, I, which we'll learn later. This right here is another subconsonant. And then you have the R here at the very end. Well, if you notice, Khmer, well, I didn't hear any R, did you? Well, no, you didn't. The R, when it's at the very end of a word, is 99% of the time it's silent. It's going to be silent, alright? So it's the same thing, it's just not having it there. But having it there distinguishes what word it is. Alright, so you still need to write it. And if you see it at the very end of a word, you don't need to pronounce it. It's just there. It's part of the old Cambodian script that has been carried over. That R sound used to be pronounced years and years ago. Now it's not carried over. So this and like many others would just be pronounced without the actual R sound. Alright? So just to review very quick, of course today we're learning ro, ro, the R sound. At the initial part here, it's just pronounced like a R. So, ru, rin, the subconsonant is written like this. Alright, so we're going to pronounce, if you're going to pronounce an HR sound, or a JR sound, or a SR sound, sra, like beer. Or at the very end, then it's going to be, it's going to be written like this, and at the very end, then it's not going to be pronounced at all. Alright, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section.